Hello everybody, I'm Sarabjit here, and this is the second video of 9th October 2021. We will talk about opportunities favoring creation of 100% successful startups in the post-COVID-19 situation. And this video we'll talk about opportunities post-COVID customer wants, creation of hybrid startups. Startup Sandbox is a step-by-step approach to creating the future. Please subscribe and see all our videos, which we'll be posting every Saturday and maybe once or twice within the week too. We will talk about post-COVID customer wants, opportunities, and creation of hybrid startups. Customer wants. Consumers have moved online in reaction to the coronavirus restrictions. Companies have launched e-commerce solutions to help customers complete their buying cycles at a distance. These are progressive companies who want to do exactly what the consumers want to be done and how consumers want to be served. Tanya Anand has seen 3 different trends due to COVID-19 that affect consumers. The first trend is the importance of innovative engagement. Consumers now want innovative engagement by the sellers with them online. They say that sellers such as Amazon, who of course are very good at this, should know the customers, who they are, where they are, what they need, and how they want to be served. It is like the bond the father here has with his young child. The customer wants personalization on a very personal level, personal and intimate, I would say. And they want personalization to extend to connecting customers to each other so that they can discuss what's good or bad about the product and where you get the best buys. Nike Premium Fitness app, Nike Training Club, is streaming training programs and professional tips from instructors since the beginning of the pandemic, when it got to America. When this app was launched, in the first week of stores closures in USA, there were 117,000 consumers who joined the app. And with this, Nike's online sales soared and their brand name also skyrocketed. These are some of the things you can do when you go to this app. You get at-home workouts for all levels, ladies, gentlemen, and kids, seniors. Then programs are led by world-class trainers, and there are 185 different workouts on the app, and there's nutrition and wellness guidance from experts also. So it's a very useful app for the type of consumers who buy Nike shoes. The second trend is solving problems versus selling problems. Consumers no longer want people to be selling products, they want to be solving problems for them. And the brand that serves the customer and social causes well stand out. And these are the brands which consumers see as solving problems both for them and for the society in which the consumers live. An example of this is mask supporting Campaign Zero by Shop Masks. In US, Rag & Bone face masks donated $5 for every mask they sell, and these sales proceeds go to these 2 charities that I've shown here. New opportunities that exist in the post-COVID world. COVID-19 control measures created the new normal. We saw about this in the first video today. These new norms led to rapid digitization of industries and services. After this, we had rapid growth in Industry 4, smart factories and smart businesses, and we got smart products and autonomous services. There were rapid changes, and this led to growth of Lean 4.0 smart factories and smart businesses that are really doing well, and they are going to lead the world. For startups, the good news is that if you learn new age skills while you are preparing to launch your startup and building it through its various stages, you are going to be 100% successful, because you will know what the consumers talk about and what is required to deal with consumers in the post-COVID situation. And we will teach you all the new skills that you should know to work in Industry 4 environment, which is already amongst us in a big way because of the very high rate of digitization and AI, which has taken us now to what was expected to occur by only 2025. So we have jumped in 6 months, 4.5 years ahead. The post-COVID-19 opportunities for startups. Now, opportunity for startups are there, but there are also opportunities for startup advisors and mentors to help the budding startups and existing startups who need to be helped to be able to do well in the post-COVID-19 situation where things have changed and which changes were not built into their startups previously. So these mentors need to help startups develop hybrid programs for creating startups which are 100% successful. High growth startups for post-COVID-19 situation is the need of the hour. Startups Handbook says that 100% successful startups with exponential growth capability are now more feasible than ever. And this is because through hybrid startup advisory accelerators, we can create such startups. And we can help any accelerator do this work, and we will help them build a program to create hybrid startups. Let's look at the way these hybrid startups are created. There are 3 steps. The first is the startup advisory stage. This is the normal stage where we have formation, validation, growth stage. And while we are going about this, we have added a business excellence model, which I'll show you, which helps you to become a great company right from the beginning of your having stepped up into business as a startup. The second thing is that we do mentoring, and in mentoring, we teach relevant, transferable soft and technical skills which are required in the post-COVID world of Industry 4, which has bloomed at a very fast pace. Then we do advanced advisory. This advisory is aimed at creating high growth, leading to exponential curved growth within 2 years of going to market. So these 3 steps lead to a hybrid startup. Now, startup definition is given here. An entrepreneur is an individual, whereas a startup is an entrepreneurial team of co-founders, each with equity stake. Again, we see that a startup is a process of innovation and growth by design. So we would normally expect that this will happen only in the micro company stage, when you are, uh, getting from zero, from -2, where you have no idea, to zero, and then to two, which we'll see just now what these numbers mean. So when you're a micro company, you are a startup. But then Amazon, for instance, is still a startup. It started in 1994, but it's still a startup. And this is because, it is hard to identify and label by traditional means as whether something is a startup or a steady company. Because if a company is innovating and growing all the time, we say that it is a startup. And Amazon is always growing and being innovative on a constant level. All sorts of innovations happen in Amazon every day. Now, the wrong approach. This is what startupcommons.org says. The wrong approach is going from idea to market to needs to strategy. In the pre-COVID-19 situation, where digitization had not taken off, this was the right approach. But today it is the wrong approach because we have innovated our way of working and done very fast digitization and used artificial intelligence to be more and more innovative and moving further and further. So that today the right approach is not from the idea stage, but from the markets. We look at what is the market that we are interested in serving. In this market, we look at a niche, not the whole market. We don't say I want to serve the EV market. In the EV market, what niche do I want to serve? So we want to serve a market. And from the market, we say, what are the needs of this market? And then what is the strategy? To get to the strategy, we make what we call a business model canvas based on the approach given by what we call value proposition design. A value proposition design based business model canvas is used to give us the strategy. And from this, we get to the ideas. The ideas that value proposition design gives us are used to create the final product. And this is an iterative process, making this business model canvas based on value proposition design. We keep on going round and round until we see that all the 9 boxes of the business model canvas are balanced. Then only we proceed ahead. The types and categories of innovation are 4. So there is technology, which is lateral. It keeps moving forward all the time. It's just moving forward and at a very brisk pace at present. Then there's a business model, and business model today with value proposition built into it, and the needs of the customer built into it in a very innovative way, is that the business model canvas has worked on again and again till you get to see that yes, it suits today's market, and it suits, it is balanced, and it will achieve what we plan to do in 6 months' time. We think ahead. How can you think ahead? It's very difficult. But we just assume things and go as far out as we can. The further you go out and imagining the future, the better you will be, because there are no limits anymore. And then there's a process which runs throughout the whole business. So that's a separate subject. It's a constant. And then there is positioning. A positioning in the market has to be totally different from what is being done by people today. We have to be totally different. If we're not totally different, we will not create a unicorn ever. We have to be totally different and disruptive, as shown here. Now, the Growth Academy model, followed by me and many people like me who are affiliated to startupcommerce.org is given here. We start with an idea stage, which is -2. We simply have an idea and then we built it into a value proposition based business model and firm up this idea after going from the new approach of the customer segment we have selected and the value proposition which goes along with this customer segments requirements, pains, and solutions that he wants. Now, after the formation state ends with the creation of the minimum viable product. And once we have got the minimum viable product, we go into the validation stage to create a lean startup. In a lean startup, we actually go lean. We do not waste anything. We spend money on only where it is required. We minimize resources and work within ourselves, not outside. And in this lean startup, we end up creating and validating the final product at stage 2 here. When we come to stage 2, this is the stage at which we go to the market. And stage 3 is when we have established and strengthened our startup and it is on the way to exponential growth. Formation stage takes 3 months, validation 4 months, and the growth stage may take up to 2 years. In the past, in the pre-COVID situation, this took maybe 5 to 7 years, but because of the rapid digitization and AI and advanced internet technologies growing so fast, this has been reduced to 2 years. Maybe in future, this would even be reduced to 3 months. You never know. It could happen. I predict it will happen. Now, this is my proprietary value-focused sustainable organization access model for startups. I have created this model specifically to be able to convert a startup into a great company starting from the time the co-founders get together to the time they have the minimum viable product ready. By the time they have the minimum viable product ready, in the 3rd month, they side by side will study with me this value-focused sustainable organization model and all the tools, techniques, and everything that goes into this. There are hundreds of pages of this. I will take them through this so that they create a great company. So that when they come out, the startup is already a great company. And with a fantastic organization, with a servant leader as the CEO and servant leadership all across the company. And with, what we call innovative teams working everywhere. Okay. So this whole thing starts with co-founders finalizing in one you see here, co-founders finalize value proposition design and create a value proposition business model canvas. They have joined the startup with an initial business model canvas, a rough business model canvas. And in the first week with us, they refine this and keep refining it. And the refining process goes on when we have vision, mission, corporate values, culture, and innovation built into the model. In the leadership grid means the co-founder team. So when any changes happen here, the value proposition design-based business model canvas also keeps changing and changing. Because unless it changes, we do not have the right direction. The business model canvas gives us the right direction of where we are going. All the time it will give us, this is our present position. We do not just put it on the bookshelf. We keep it on our wall and keep changing it every day and put it in A3 paper. And the rest of the thing we'll go through when I deal fully with the, this whole model. There'll be full session on this whole model, and I'll take this up at that time. The key program for creating accelerated growth is the strategic hierarchy plan. This is where we create a shared mission, vision, core values, and culture, where the co-founders team sits together and works out what is it that they want to do in the startup, what really mission. This mission is not their mission. It is the startup's mission of what it will want to achieve, say, 2 years hence. And then what is its vision, which is what it would want to achieve in, say, 5 years hence. And they work this out. For this, we will take them through various training programs and give them the methodology by which mission, vision, and core values and culture are really worked out, actually worked out. It's an interesting thing. It involves SWOT analysis and brainstorming, all sorts of things it involves. Okay. And then we come to the strategic intent and how we use our own resources to achieve our vision. We do not look at what's happening outside in the world. We look at our own resources. It can be a talent alone, for instance, but that's okay. How will we use our talent to, beat the world? So we use our strategic intent, whatever resources we have inside the organization, to create our future. And the action plan starts with the objective. Objective is the stated measurable target of how to achieve our business aims. We have some business aims and we work out the objectives. The business aims are our mission and vision, basically. First we make the mission, then we make the vision. We don't make the vision first. First we make the mission, then we make the vision. That's how it goes. You can't do it the other way around. I suppose most of us know that. Okay, so when we worked out the objective of meeting stated targets based on business aims, which are covered in mission and vision, then we make an action plan. Action plan is simply a list of steps to take in each area in order to achieve our stated objectives. Then we have these strong positive results that we want. These are achieved objective-based key result areas. So, gentlemen, this is all for today, our second video. I kept it short because my first video was over long, because I covered ISO 45001 2018 and ISO 22301 2019 in detail. In that video, these are two very important things which all of you have to know when creating startups. Okay, then see you every Saturday in our Startup Sandbox videos program. Thank you very much, gentlemen and ladies and young friends and well-wishers.